Hi everyone, and welcome to Simply Howard. Today's topic is the true gateway drug substances in the United States. We're not going to talk about marijuana, because marijuana is not a drug. It's not a gateway substance. It helps people, and so forth and so on. But the two substances I'm talking about today, well, let's just start off with the one for now. Let's start off with sugar, which has some near effects as caffeine. I apologize. Cocaine. Some near effects as cocaine. Triggering the reward system and making you think you're all happy-go-lucky kind of guy. Now, the ill effects of sugar have been noted to be dysfunction and function in the pancreas, obesity, depression when you're off of it. Because when you get a sugar high, you're like, ah! But when you off it, can trigger depression, and it's very horrible. So, we're going to say, well, in my opinion, sugar is a gateway drug, not the stuff they're trying to tell you, and for simple reasons, marijuana just helps. But anyways, reasons being, you're like, why, Howard? Why is marijuana a safe drug? Well, we don't know. See, the United States government has listed as a Class 1 drug. Thanks to Rick Rhodes, a consultant who I work with, who is an expert in marijuana and all substances known under the sun. He showed me very, very good facts on it, and I'd done the research them, which I'm going slow because I did do a lot of research, and I'm just remembering a lot of it. Like, for simple fact, marijuana does help Parkinson's victims. It slows their tremors down. And I suppose if they ever do make a Back to the Future 4, Michael J. Fox is going to be high as shit and giggling throughout the movie. Okay. But, you know, Christopher Lloyd just going to be like, ah! Marty! Yeah! You're going to open the door and it's going to be a big old fucking smoke cloud, you know. Hey! Anyways, this brings us to our next top substance, caffeine, which blocks dopamine inhibitors in the brain with a certain enzyme. I'll maybe get a few of those words right, or flipped around, so don't quote me on that. But it blocks a certain enzyme in the brain that triggers you to fall asleep, and keeps you going, basically. Keeps you awake, keeps you more alert, heightens your blood pressure, and when caffeine addiction, I've experienced this myself, and same with sugar. I like sugar in my tea, and I like a soda every now and then, and I'm hitting my knife, so I kinda can do that. Yeah. Does anybody want to pet my hat, Peter? Anybody? Anybody else? Anybody want to pet my Peter? Timmy C in Still, Ohio, you want to pet my Peter? Yes, I just singled out my old boss. Just for the hell of it, because people are looking for it from now on. But, anyways, caffeine is a highly addictive substance that was found by Britain from the Middle East. Well, Mediterranean, Middle East. Two way different places. But anyways, but the British started caffeine being it got introduced, and we can't get rid of it ever since. It's a psychotropic substance. It's an alkaloid substance. Caffeine by itself is tasteless and white, similar to cocaine, actually. Anyways, now everyone has to get their coffee and coffee and sugar together, but they say that apart, these things don't have any real effect on the public, but the more and more you research it, or I've researched it, it's horrible for your body. Well, sugar. Sugar is horrible. It rots my teeth. Caffeine just keeps me awake. It's a stimulant. But according to many situations that I've seen, that I've researched, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You hear my space heater in the background, or my fan, and you may be wondering, what the hell's going on in there? Well, I work from a laptop, and to keep it extra cool, I throw a box fan under it. And to heat my room up in general, I use a space heater. Because it's wintertime in Ohio, and it sucks ass right now. I'm talking about snow everywhere, salt in the air, which isn't a bad thing if you're at the beach, but roads are covered in salt, my car's covered in salt, and I gotta get it washed soon anyways. But, let's see here. Sugar and caffeine should be listed as the true gateway drugs to the people of the world, not marijuana, because marijuana actually is a helpful substance in the world and should be declassified as a class 1 drug, to do more research on it and figure out the true properties of marijuana. Now, Big Pharma itself does not want this. They want to keep pushing the opioid substances and keep you going. Why the hell do you think they're protecting poppy fields over in fucking Afghanistan instead of burning them? Why do you think? I say Africa, not Afghanistan. Did I say Afghanistan? I got that. Yeah, alright. Why do you think that it's listed as class 1 substance? Because marijuana did not start 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, maybe 60, 70, 80 years ago. In 1933, the Department of Narcotics the head of the Department of Narcotics did not want to lose his job, so he demonized it as, quote unquote, this was an actual poster that read, first, I didn't believe it, but it said, reefer-crazed Negroes raping all the white women. Now, that was their go-to thing. Let's blame the white guy, And it kind of sucks that it happened like that, but 1930s sucked in general. The Great Depression. The first half was like Prohibition era, which in other ways brings up Prohibition itself is a perfect example of why marijuana should be legalized. Because you can't control it. You can if you want to. If they controlled marijuana like alcohol, things would be fun and dandy. Tax the shit out of it, our deficit would go down in no time. But in the long run, caffeine and sugar itself should be labeled as gateway drugs. I'm going over this over and over again so people get a drug in their heads. But I know 12-year-olds that drink coffee, and in Kool-Aid we dump loads and loads of sugar in it. I got high C here, which uses I can't put the product on film, but I'll say it's Hawaiian Punch, which does have natural fruit juices, but they also use artificial lemon flavored juice drink. When I get that lemon drink. And actually, this isn't that bad. But are they counting this? Are they counting this in cups or the whole damn thing? Because 14 grams of sugar is, I think, a teaspoon. It's 10 calories per teaspoon. But 14 grams. Or, I can't figure it out right now. But anyways, 14 grams of sugar. It's not that bad. Compared to a Coke, which is 36 grams. But, I mean, I might just be older. You know, can't say or anything right now. Because the fact is, marijuana is not the gateway substance. It isn't. Our children, if I had any, I would probably give them juice of some sort that's artificially flavored, high with sugar, and, you know, tell them to go have a nice day. But the fact remains, the gateway drugs, or substances in this matter, are caffeine and sugar, not marijuana. Have a nice day.